Greetings, I am Nero, and welcome back to Reminiscing about games in 2016. Or 2016 gaming, since these are not games released in 2016, but whatever. Last time I was having technical difficulties trying to record this episode, so I let it be. And I apparently still have to kill this boss because saving was kinda buggy. It should be easy enough, but now let's talk about games. Mega Dimension Neptunia Victory 2 was something I was waiting for very dearly. We have to jump back to 2015 for a moment, when I played the first 3 Neptunia games, and the first game was frankly bad. It was a bad game. It was pretty tedious to play, and it wasn't really challenging in any meaningful way, and the combo system was completely meaningless once you got Neptune Break. The item system is really weird and stupid. Nothing in that game really worked out well, except the characters, at least for me. Some people don't like those either. The second game was a massive improvement, but it still had huge issues with gameplay balance, and it still had crazy amounts of assets recycling. This guy isn't giving me any luck here. It was still... The whole setting was really interesting and the characters were fun, but they didn't really nail the gameplay at all. It was still an improvement. They were getting a better idea for a better combat system, and they just would have to implement it better. Victory tried to fix some of these issues with the combat system's balance by doing very lazy things like adding the X bar. It didn't really work out, in my opinion. But now, Victory 2, it kinda nailed it. It made the X bar work in a different way. It removed the stupid guard stuff from the combat. It made enemies not flock into a pile, so they actually try to surround you, and it becomes much more interesting positioning, using skills and turn order to your advantage in that game. It made the combat much more engaging. Even though the combat was still really easy, it was still really fun by just trying to do everything optimally. And yeah, they had far less asset recycling in Victory 2, even though there's still some, especially in the late game. And yeah, the story was even more interesting than before. The characters got some good development, and we got into their personalities a bit better in that game too. The music was awesome. This boss is dead now. Yeah, so I feel like Neptunia's finally going to a good direction with the mainline games. That's a good thing. That's something I'll always respect Compile Heart for, in that they've actually been trying to make these games better. They've just been pretty lazy about it, but they're finally kind of getting their shit together here. And if they wanted to, they could just use those characters and make really cheap visual novels or dating sims or anything out of them. If they wanted to just make money with cute girls. I think I'll get myself a level on this floor before I go forward. Yeah. So I don't like it when people accuse Neptunia of like something like just being selling with the girls, because if they only wanted to sell with the girls, they could do it in a way, in a much easier way. Next up is Okami. Okami is a kind of semi-famous game. It's a cult classic, really. A lot of people don't know about it, while a lot of people do. And I started playing this game a long time ago on an emulator. It was Titan money back then. I actually bought a copy for my sisters, but not for myself yet. It was lame playing on an emulator since it doesn't use the post-processing effect, so definitely want a physical copy. Let's heal up a little. And Okami is, for those who don't know, pretty similar to 3D Zelda games. It's set in mythological Japan, where you play as a wolf incarnation of the sun goddess Amaterasu. I don't know if I'm even pronounced that right, but one special gimmick in the game is that you can, well, it's not really a gimmick, it really works as a good feature in my opinion, is that you can stop the game, like you can pause the game, like stop time, and you can draw with the analog stick on the screen different forms to utilize these brush powers to create something like a bomb, something like a bomb, and it will blow up enemies, or you can draw a line to slash them. It's pretty cool. It's a really interesting idea. It's not always so, like, the game is not very challenging. It's a very easy game, and that's very unusual for Hideki Kamiya, who is the director of the game, and he really, that guy is grown by the arcade. That guy is always making games difficult and challenging, and preferably for many people. So if someone finds it too hard, he generally always has also a way to make the game easier, but not too easy. But Okami is not very hard. That was kind of disappointing, but also appreciate the whole idea that mythology should not be hard for anyone. That's Okami. I'd like to complete that game, like find every item and do everything you can someday. But I'll get my own actual PS2 copy and maybe PS3 copy as well, so I can do it twice. So, what else? Actually, I want to find one more key before pressing on. Next up we got Shadow Warrior, and Shadow Warrior, a disk operating system game, first person shooter from 1997 if I remember right. It's something I played the demo from back when I was a kid. My brother got that somehow, and it was kind of weird. I vaguely remember this guy with the sword catching flies with chopsticks and killing things in a very gory manner. This game is not letting me move my character right. Yeah, I'm talking about ease here, not Shadow Warrior. The control is very sluggish in this emulator. Okay, I think I need to get the key from somewhere else. Now I'm dead. Shadow Warrior is, yeah, as I said, very gory. You play as this kind of ninja warrior type character whose name is Lo Wang, and that sounds more Chinese than, oops, sounds more Chinese than Japanese. It's kind of got this mix of mixing cultures in a like parodious way. What is going on? The game is broken. Okay. Let's try that again. Trying to. Okay, I guess I'm screwed here. Still, Shadow Warrior was it had very good level design outside some situations where you need to find a key and the key is in some very small room in a very small corner that might be hard to see and all this stuff like that. What else can I say about Shadow Warrior? Well, the sense of humor is kind of ridiculous, but it was still kind of funny. All the lines, one-liners that Lo Wang uses. It's crude humor, but every sense of humor has its time and place. I broke this game. I wish I could articulate a bit better, but I know I suck at it. I suck. Okay, I can load this save, but if I try to load the other save, it breaks. Because of reasons. For some reason I'm back in it. Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know what to do here. Well, fortunately we're out of time too, so that was it. We'll talk about more games next time. Thanks for listening and see you again.